Howdy and welcome to another episode of Breaking the Seal. It's been a while since you see me all the way down here, and that's exciting for you, I assume, because this is a continuation of another series of serials that have been released a long time ago. Did I say this is Breaking the Seal? Because it's also halfway the Broken Seal. Because one of them I didn't get a chance to get to before my wife opened it up. And the Broken Seal on today's episode, I should stop myself. If you like continuing a series, if you like your TV show to keep running forever and ever and never ever stop ever, then you can hit the like button. And if you think that a series has reached its natural conclusion and you feel like it should stop there and just be happy with what you got, then you could go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I feel that way about several different series, both ways about different series. You know, sometimes they could definitely stand to keep going. Sometimes it's like, hey, it's time to stop. You're good. So I think this one is past due. Honestly, I think they should have stopped, but I don't know. I might be swayed differently because we've got Cocoa Puffs Minis. Isn't that exciting? Cocoa Puffs Minis. The tiniest, crummiest little versions of Cocoa Puffs, because they're literally the size of crumbs. Quite honestly, if you watch the previous one, they're crumbs. There's no dancing around that. So we've got that. And then this one's curious, but I don't have high hopes for it because my hopes were dashed with the previous cereals, is the Lucky Charms minis. Look at that. Isn't that exciting? Oh my goodness. So let's go ahead and before I get into much more, if you look on the back of it, they are continuing your house. Remember that house from the first couple? Well, instead of 3 rooms, we now have a total of 5 rooms. Oh, wow. How wonderful. More time spent cutting out bookcases and tables? It's an art studio over here and it's tables over there. I have no patience to be doing this. This is going to be probably used to wrap a Christmas gift at some point. Anyways, let's go ahead and pop these on open. Because I'm impatient and I 3D printed, I designed a helmet to put on my chicken. And I'm really curious to see how that goes. I'm really excited. So that's where my head's at. Let's go ahead and pour some of this out. We got this one that's already open, and it feels solid. This thing, it's like a bag of ice, really. You know, when you got the ice and you're trying to open it up, and all the ice is just stuck together, and you can't get it apart, so you slap it on the ground, and then all the bag breaks, and all your ice goes everywhere, and you're like, "Mo, my ice! It's all over the place." And then you have to carefully pick your ice up off the ground and blow off each piece because it picked up hair off the asphalt. And then now your sodas are ruined because you don't have clean ice to put on your sodas. Yeah, it's a tragic world out there. So let's see if we can properly pour some of this out. Oh, geez. Now, I should state ahead of time, I've never been a big fan of chocolatey cereals. So Cocoa Puffs is going to be very interesting for me to try. I have yet to honestly try regular Cocoa Puffs in the previous decade of my life. So let's go ahead and break the seal on this one, the Lucky Charms Minis. I'm really excited to see the tiny little cereals in this one. It's going to be a disaster. And I am looking forward to it because they already have they do a pretty solid job on their marshmallow shapes right now. And they work. But as far as will they be able to do the same thing on a significantly smaller scale, I have my doubts. Let's go ahead. Right off the bat, it's no longer cat food. It looks like it's filled with Kix, which I declare is a downgrade. I remember having Kix a long time ago, and that's Harvey Kellogg would be proud. All right. Hopefully that's enough. Once again, I am not seeing from a standard view. And we're going to go ahead and start filling this up with South Mountain Creamery after a dry taste test. We're going to stick you over there. Oh dear, I'm running out of space. Where's some... Alright, so these are the Cocoa Puffs. These are mini Cocoa Puffs. They're already gone. They just melted in my mouth. I guess they were chocolatey. Maybe like a brownie or something, perhaps. But that was unusual. I was not expecting that from Cocoa Puffs to just completely dissolve in my mouth. Let's try these unfortunate looking things. Honestly, still cat food. Yep. Nothing to be excited about there. All right, I need to be able to find a marshmallow. Here is a balloon, and it actually barely makes it to be a balloon, so that's exciting. All right, so it appears the marshmallows remain intact. I want to look at a rainbow. Huh. Okay, so the rainbow is honestly pretty neat. It is definitely one way to do a rainbow. You can barely see what's going on there, but it's more of a tie-dye rather than actually getting the colors of the rainbows in their lines that they're supposed to be, which I do believe is properly represented on the front of the cereal. I think they exaggerate what they can do a little bit. Let's go ahead and add some milk to these. I am fully prepared for mush. And as always, if you are ever adding milk to your cereal, you need to make sure you're adding the right milk, because not all milks are created equally. Some milks are so far above the rest of the other milks that it would be silly to use any other milk, in which case you need to be using South Mountain Creamery. This is the good stuff. I'm almost out. I might go out later today to get some more milk. I think today's going to be a cereal today. I'm not even going to eat real food. It's just going to be all cereal. That's how it's going to be. That's exciting, isn't it? That doesn't feel like it's spinning at all. So, Cocoa Puffs is known for turning your milk into chocolate milk. This needs more milk. Did I put enough in here? Oh yeah, there's definitely enough in there. Alright, so let's go ahead and mix this up. Now, if you remember, all the previous minis was honestly very disappointing because it was literally just eating the crumbs. If you want to replicate eating minis without having to go out and buy yourself a box of minis, just grab your cereal and pretend it's like a bag of ice and you just smack it around a lot. I don't know. Smack your siblings. It'll be a fun game. Have a cereal fight instead of a pillow fight. That's what people do. All right. So my milk is to the same extent that my milk was turning green with the Captain Crunch. This is turning chocolate, just barely. It is so lightly chocolate that you would almost have to look at it side by side in order to really notice that it was chocolate milk. Look at that. Oh, now there is grand, absolutely stellar coagulation of this cereal. It is holding together almost like it's meant to stick together, like it's adhesive or something. That is astounding. I mean, like, look at that one little piece on top just standing out above the rest. And that's something else. I stand by my original standpoint. Cocoa Puffs is not for me. It is a chocolate cereal. I feel like it's just too bready. It's like eating chocolate bread, which, like, there's chocolate muffins out there. Maybe it's a bit closer to that as like a homemade chocolate muffin, like still poofy, like a chocolate cake. That's what I would say it tastes like, but it's got some crunch to it, and to me it just doesn't add up properly. I'm just not a fan of it. It's not for me. Lucky Charms, can you bring it back? Can you make my day? I really want you to. Lucky Charms Minis is overall sweeter than your standard Lucky Charms. It doesn't have as much crunch. It's definitely getting soggier way quicker. And if that's what you're about, then maybe Lucky Charms Minis is the way to go. They are definitely the best cereal of this quinfecta. Pentafecta. Yeah, there's 5 of them. And I would say the Lucky Charms Minis is definitely the best one out of all of them. So, if you're going to get any of the mini cereals, I think Lucky Charms is the way to go. It is sweeter than your standard Lucky Charms. The cat food does have a bit more sugar in it than your standard flavor. It will get soggier faster, but you are not losing your marshmallow taste in there. It's definitely holding on to the marshmallow flavor, and that is spectacular. Good job, Lucky Charms. General Mills, I guess 1 out of 5 is all right. It's a win for you. I don't know. I don't know how y'all are doing your business out there. But that's all I got for this one. I will see you all on the next one. Bye.